Hey guys, and welcome back to Minecraft on the SurvivalCraft server. And I want to start off by saying thank you guys for 50 subs. We're actually at 51 now, and we hit that last week. Actually, I didn't even notice it right away because I don't tend to look at my analytics too often, and when I do, I tend to use my phone to do so, and I use the app that YouTube has set up for that stuff, and it's like delayed by a week. So I thought I was still at 48 or something like that. I didn't know we hit 50, let alone 51, which is awesome. I did have this whole thing planned out, and it kind of backfired too. You know, that's actually sadly all you guys are getting for that for now. Sorry. I'm sorry. Now, I don't really have a whole lot planned today, other than I want to do some testing of something, and it has to do with a little bit of this. That's right, TNT. Everybody's favorite little blowy uppy thingy. That's so technical sounding, isn't it? Blowy uppy thingy. But yeah, we're gonna go test out some explosion stuffs. Oops. We are gonna need this. Okay, so just kind of wanted to. I'm a bad YouTuber. I am so sorry. I bumped the mic. I've got too close. Was rubbing my eye, and I bumped it. By the way, seriously, torches. The gamma hack is nice and all, but torches for the rest of us who, have to see. Because we don't hack our gamma. Okay, Paco? I'm talking about you. Anyways, so I don't have a whole lot planned at the moment, and you guys can see I've done a lot of strip mining, and I mean a lot. And I really don't want to do too much more strip mining like this at the moment, but there is a little something I want to test out. And I'd love to be able to hit some caves, but unfortunately, in all the strip mining I've done, a lot of it has led to really this whole line right here winds up pulling up very short, and I end up hitting lava. Matter of fact, I think that's about it right there. I think that's about all the further. Yeah, see, right here. This is it. That's all the further that the other ones can make it. So this is actually the longest tunnel I've dug, which it does go on for a little while, actually. A lot longer than I'd like. I have to do this little bunny hop thing. And then there's like these big, huge, but nothing ends in a cave. Okay, just so you guys know, I have not been down here in a while. This is actually from probably like a week ago of me doing strip mining. So this stone is still just chilling out here from that. That's freaking weird. But what we're going to do is a little bit of this. Now, supposedly I've unlocked this ability in game using MCMMO to do this. No? Maybe? Supposedly I can blast mine now. Supposedly. And apparently I can't, or it's broken. Hold on. I might not be understanding. Hold on a minute. Blast mining rank. Okay. So, hold on. I'm going to assume it's on page, like, 6. It's an ability with a cooldown tied to the mining skill. It gives a bonus when mining with TNT and allows you to remote detonate TNT. There are 3 parts to blast mining. The first part is bigger bombs, which increases the blast radius. The second is Demolitions Expert, which increases damage or decreases damage from TNT explosions. The third part simply increases the amount of ores dropped from TNT and decreases the what? Decreases the what? Also, how does it work? So, let's try page 7. Debris dropped. Okay, so it doesn't really say how it works then. Like, as I understand it, it's supposed to work, like, all I gotta do is point at it and click, and it's supposed to work. Why is that not working? Oh god. I made a terrible mistake. You don't just point at things, Dave. That's not safe. I'll be right back. Gonna go and Google this. Okay, yeah, I'm at the right level, and I guess it's broken. That's my guess, is it's broken at the moment. Yeah, because you have to only be level 127 for it to work. And all I should need to do is point at the bloody thing. Yeah, it doesn't work. That sucks. Kind of looking forward to maybe doing a little bit of blast mining. Hold on a minute. Let me just be right back again. Okay, so I just ran up and grabbed a fresh flint and steel. I'm just curious here. Nope. Still doesn't work. So the way it's supposed to work is it's supposed to detonate from a distance, and it's clearly not working. It could be a 1.9 issue. It genuinely could. I don't know. But that kind of sucks because it kind of ruins my plans for the night, actually. I was hoping to do this and maybe break through some caves or something, but I'm just stuck doing this the old way. I was hoping for some fun with some TNT. I mean, I could still have some fun with TNT, but it's not the same. So, I've generally tried to stay out of some of the drama on the internet as a whole. Just, generally speaking. I mean, there's been a few things that I've voiced my opinion on, but it's been usually over minor stuff or just, things that really, at this time I don't think would interest the channel, but lately there's been a lot of drama on YouTube, hasn't there? Like, it seems like there's just been an insane amount of crap going down lately. And I don't know if it's just because the platform is becoming as large as it is, that, it's kind of like the Titanic at this point, where, everybody's just kind of assuming it's unsinkable, and, everyone... every one of these things is just like the next freaking iceberg waiting to happen. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to say for a fact because it's just a lot of it's nonsense. It really is. Because you know, you get the drama that's going on with this person accusing that person of something, that person being accused of this, this person being an idiot and uploading stupid shit that, is clearly not appropriate. There's so many things going on, and I have to wonder, when does it become a big enough problem that, the YouTube community as a whole steps in and says, look, you motherfuckers are giving us a bad name. Like, straight up, what the hell, dude? I don't know. In this latest incident, a lot of people, and this is the other problem, I think, with the drama that has been going on. A lot of people are willing to immediately just presume guilt over somebody who's accused of doing wrong. Now, I don't know the whole thing going on, like, particularly with this latest bout of drama. I won't pretend to know exactly what's been going on. Mostly because I try to stay away from that crap. It's just not something I care to become involved with. And I really hate the idea of what it's doing to the community as a whole. But let's point out the fact that, a lot of these people that become accused of something are, in the public eye, immediately thought of being guilty. In the public eye, there's no doubt in their minds, this person's guilty regardless of what's going on. Whether it's a Tumblr post or somebody accuses you on Twitter, you're instantly found guilty anymore, it seems. And while I'm not defending anyone, I think that, in the US at least, we have this thing where you are innocent until proven guilty. And I think that you have to kind of keep that in mind. Ooh, diamonds. You have to keep that in mind. You have to remember, look. Oh, God, no. Yeah, you're innocent until proven guilty. But the way that the rationale, it seems now, is you are guilty until proven innocent. And it shouldn't be that way. Regardless of what you're accused of, you are not guilty until, no, you should be able to continue to live your life, fairly well unaccosted with, nothing really changed other than, and especially if there's no criminal trial being, sought. And that's the biggest issue I have with a lot of these accusations that go around. Some of these things are serious offenses that if the person really is guilty of doing that, they are facing, some serious jail time at the very least. Or at least they should, if they're guilty. And I don't understand this, I'm going to expose this person on Tumblr or Twitter, like I said, and not actually go forward to the authorities and actually try to get this prosecuted. Now, if it's outside of, like, the statute of limitations, that might be a little more understandable. But, like in this incident, as I understand, it really isn't. It seems like it was fairly recent, and that seems like it's a pretty serious thing that, if it's true, it needs to be taken to the courts and you know the authorities should be notified, and frankly, you know, I think that they should be notified immediately. I'm the type that I think, you know, somebody shouldn't sit on something for a length of time. They should, you know, it should be brought out immediately to law enforcement so that, you know, it can't be done to somebody else. By sitting and waiting, you then allow it to possibly happen to other people, which is another issue. You know, I then find that that person, at least in my own personal beliefs, you know, I think that person is then just as guilty for having, you know, basically allowed this another person to be, you know, injured by this individual. Yeah, so you are just as culpable if you basically have knowledge of something that, you know, somebody's done and you don't come forward with it. And and if somebody gets, usually, I mean, in a lot of cases, that's what happens. You know, if I knowingly, if I know that, like, say a friend of mine says he's going to go kill somebody, and I suspect he's reasonably going to go do it, or, you know, if he's hurt somebody else, and I suspect that he, yeah, I should go to the police, and if I don't, well, then, you know, obviously I am just as fault as he is. Because I didn't come forward and expose him for, you know, doing this wrongdoing. And that's what I don't get, you know, why people are not stepping forward and taking responsibility and saying, hey, look, this person did this terrible thing, you know, he should be, you know, on trial or whatever. Instead, it's held on to for months or years, and, you know, it's just like this whole Bill Cosby thing is another example where you now have, what is it, like 5, 6 women that have come forward and said that he's doped them and raped them or molested them, and, you know, why are these things held back for so long? I can never really get it around my mind why somebody would hold that back for so long, because it eats away at you. That's got to eat away at you, and it's got to torment you. You know, you would almost think that getting it off your chest would make it easier. You know, let people know, hey, this is a terrible individual, and he needs to be punished for doing terrible things. You know, or at least notify the police that he's doing these things. You know, that's the biggest thing. You know, notify law enforcement, notify authorities. You know, don't we tell kids that, you know, if somebody does this inappropriate thing to you, don't be afraid to go to your parents. Don't be afraid to go to a teacher or, you know, whoever. What kind of role does that set for, you know, when the adults themselves can't even do that? You know, it boggles my mind, is all. I try to wrap my mind around things logically, and I cannot wrap my mind around this one. It just, and don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming the victim or anything like that, but I also don't think that the victim's word should be taken entirely as the full truth right away. To sit and say, oh no, the victim's entirely true and, you know, entirely telling the truth, and there can be no doubt about it. No, I need to see all the evidence. I need to know, you know, there's a lot of factors at play, and this is what, you know, the police have to do is they have to go through and they have to decide, you know, who's telling the truth based on the evidence and things like that. And then they have to go forward to the DA and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know. this is just one of those times where my mind just cannot wrap around the whole issue. Because, like I said, it's one of those things where I don't like blaming anyone for anything here yet, because I don't have all the facts. I don't. And that's the hardest part, is not having all the facts. Nobody can say for a fact who did or didn't do, anything. And, to sit and say that, somebody's guilty based on just one person's word, or even two people's, it's just a he said, she said sort of situation in that case. Where's the further evidence of certain things? That's my biggest thing. I want to see evidence of different events, But I just, like I said, I can't quite wrap my mind around it the way some people can, I guess. I prefer to stay neutral on things where I want to know, look, everybody's side on things. I want to know, okay, so was this person really at this location at this time? Was this person really doing this at that time? Things like that. I like to see all the evidence kind of brought out and bared in front of me. Is that, I mean, I don't think I'm wrong on that. I think that's the right way that these things should be handled before people just start presuming guilt in the public eye the way that we do nowadays. I hate the way that that's handled now. That, we just automatically presume guilt. And that's just the opposite of what our judicial system is supposed to be. But who knows? I could be totally off base. Who knows? Maybe we're going down a road where, we are guilty until we can prove our innocence. I don't know. I think I'd hate to see the world become that, just because the world would be a terrible place. Because then, you could ruin a person's life by pointing a finger. And that's where we're headed, it seems. We can ruin somebody's life by pointing a finger. This is going to be... Yeah, I hate these things. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I hate to see the world go that route, though. I really would. And I cannot stand to think that that's where we're headed. Just because it's not a, it's not a, that's not how things should be, a lot of people would say the world's not fair, but I'm going to say it, that is not a fair judicial system then. If, somebody can be, can have their lives just torn apart based on somebody just pointing their finger at them. It's just because they don't like them or like something they said. And we've seen it all the time recently here where, somebody says something that, somebody doesn't necessarily like or agree with. And, we've had instances where guys have been fired for not necessarily agreeing with, say it's the feminist or whatever group it is, you'll see these guys getting fired just because they don't agree with it. But, these people will go out of their way to track down, oh, this person, does this for a living at this place. And, contact the employer and say, well, he was on there saying these terrible things, and obviously that company, not wanting bad publicity, will just terminate the guy. That's not right. That's not right at all. We should not be terminated based on such accusations. But hey, that's just my thoughts. I mean, like I said, I could be totally off base. Is that where the world's coming to? I'm afraid to say yes. I think it is, sadly, where we're going. But I don't want to see that happen. I would very much like to see where, somebody is still innocent until, a jury of their peers says otherwise. And I don't mean the jury of the internet. I mean a real jury, 12 people sitting down inside of a courtroom hearing all sides, all the evidence. But that's me. I guess I'm gonna end this here. I kind of went on a bit of a ranty episode here, and I really didn't intend to. It just kind of, I don't know, my thoughts just kind of got the better of me, I guess. And I just had some things I was thinking out loud, and I guess that's basically the extent of it. I've got some things I was thinking out loud, and that's all she wrote, really. Who knows? Maybe I'll be the next one that's cornered with some BS thing. Who knows? It could be this video. Somebody says, oh, he said terrible things in that video. Of course, I would laugh at them, but, I have this thing, it's called freedom of speech, and I mean, while that doesn't mean I can say just anything without some repercussions, it's not illegal for me to say whatever the hell I feel either. So, I'll say it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry this became a ranty episode. I had no intention of doing that, but it happened. So, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.